I'm at 48%. I think that's enough, 48% to get me to a cafe where I'm going to quickly grab a cup of coffee, maybe a bite to eat, and like mentally prepare myself for the wet that I will experience all day today. Put you on your thing. But yeah, wild boars can be pretty territorial. Figure if I'm staying in my tent, I'm not seen as a threat to them. Yeah, you wouldn't want to piss one of those guys off. But yeah, like I'm from BC, I've never had any bear encounters. You hear that? Ain't that beautiful? That's what I'm going out into. And that's where I'll be all day. So that sounds like fun to you, when you get to stay nice and cozy inside, then keep watching, because that's what you get to watch. I'm ready to roll. You need to be closed. Going out into the real world. But yeah, as you can see, there's like just trash all over the place, which honestly annoys me quite a bit. I hate seeing green spaces covered in crap. Alright, just fixing my waterproof stuff. Where do I want to put you guys? Yeah, how's that? That seems okay. And yeah, with all this trash, if anyone thinks I left any of this trash, I didn't. And I took a video last night showing what it looked like before I set down my tent. Just to clarify that I didn't leave anything like this. I don't litter. I follow the leave no trace kind of principle. I want it to look just as good or better from before I got there till after. It should look the same or better. do in here. Gonna have for a bit. Alright, see you later, Shan. Have a great day. I know I will. We're at battery. 35%. I gotta get somewhere inside where I can get everything properly prepared. I'm kind of prepared, but I don't have this hooked up to a battery right now. I'm at 35%. It goes down, I think, about 1% per minute. So. I know the audio is probably not the best because I have no external mic hooked up, and it's in a pretty much plastic bag, so that's going to cover the mic a bit. But I don't know if I can do at this point. Try and get a better setup once I get somewhere. I don't know if you can see how rainy it is. It's hard to tell. And you probably have raindrops on your screen. But it's pretty wet outside. Welcome to a temperate rainforest. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, like, getting out of a tent when it's like pouring rain is probably my least favorite part about hitchhiking and camping like this, but part of me really likes it. I've told some people, it's like when the weather's nice, I'm like happy. The weather's kind of dreary, I'm like, eh. But when things get really shitty out, then I kind of almost find it humorous, and I kind of enjoy it again. So the weather today is kind of at the humorous point where I kind of like it again. It's it's so miserable. It's funny to me, and the act of overcoming that and just dealing with it is fun. So. That's me. I'm guaranteed when I get into this cafe, I'm gonna get some weird looks. And if I was a person just chilling in a cafe and I walked in, I'd give me a weird look too. Because, well, I look kind of silly. Yes. Uptown Cafe. This is my art. Hopefully they serve me. Because I'm wet. Very, very wet. I don't even know if you can see much anymore, or if your lens is completely covered. Because I can barely see my screen based off of the amount of water on it. Morning. Just one, yeah. Do you have any seats that have an outlet next to them? Just want to charge up for a little bit while I'm here.
In the corner.
The corner one?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm like right into the door.
So I was just working at plugging all my stuff in, so that's where I am. I'm kind of back. 23%. See what I missed. Can't really close the stores. Yeah. If I know I'm gonna walk back into town in the morning to get supplies or just a quick cup of coffee, closer to town I am, the nicer. I figured, given the conditions, it being like a full-on storm, there wouldn't be too many people just beating around the bush, just exploring. So, figured I'd be okay for one night, close to civilization. But I agree, usually I try to tuck myself out of the way a decent amount. Uh-oh, the outlet might not work. Oh, there we go. That works. I would have been pretty shit out of luck if that didn't work.
Coffee or anything to drink?
Yeah, I'd love a cup of coffee. Yeah, thanks. Can't be in the string very long. I'm just driving by. Oh, hey man. Yeah, I don't know if you were here while I was still in my tent. I just left my tent. It was very rainy, stormy last night. So I just quickly stopped into town. I'm in Astoria, Oregon right now, to grab coffee and a warm meal before I head out to, if I can see, to this way. Thank you.
Are you ready? Need a minute.
1 minute, yeah. I only camped a couple hundred meters away from this shopping complex because there's a decent spot pretty close by. And I figured people wouldn't be wandering around too much. Let's get this stuff charging. Do I have any? Oh. St. Zane, damn close to the ocean in Washington. Yeah, well, I came from Washington yesterday. Now I'm in Oregon, so I'm heading south. I don't have specific daily goals. When I left, I figured I'd just start hitchhiking south until I got to California, and then decide from there. I figured if I decide I like streaming, I just continue hitchhiking where it's legal, and keep going until I run out of money or get bored. So I haven't run out of money and I haven't gotten bored quite yet, so I'll be doing this for a while. But yeah, just keep heading south until I decide to head east, I guess. East through southern US, and then maybe back up the eastern seaboard, do both coasts. That'd be a preliminary guess of what I'd do, and then cut back west again. Unfortunately, in the Midwest, there's a few states that would cut off my route where it's illegal. I could dip back into Canada, over and back down, but I'd lose connection with you guys, so I'd have to make some decisions.
light breakfast. I think I told some people this, but when I travel, my body adapts to not being fed very well. So even when I have access to a lot of food, like you're not supposed to be eating that much. That's not a thing. I need a couple more chords. Yeah, I'll see you later, Zane. Just grabbing a couple more chords because I got a lot of things to plug in. And like, if I'm only here an hour or something like that, it doesn't really bump up, especially the large batteries. Like a 20,000 mAh battery takes like 8 to 12 hours to charge. So this is almost a token amount of charging. But I figure while I'm here getting a quick bite and some breakfast, I might as well. So unfortunately, I have issues with this, my jetpack, which gives me the internet. It just really is finicky with receiving power when I'm trying to charge it up, which is quite annoying. So I'm connecting it to different cords, trying to get it to accept some form of power right now, but it's not having any of it. So like it has like the power thing on the right thing, but it's not receiving power. So I think I have to give it a reset, which means I'm gonna lose you guys for like a minute or two, unfortunately, because it just isn't taking a charge. So I'm only at 20%, which will only be a few hours of this if I'm not charged. So I need to deal with this kind of stuff. So I need to reset this, I think. See if I can make this work. So I'm gonna go offline for a couple minutes. Yeah. Can I just grab the light breakfast?
Light breakfast.
Eggs over easy.
Okay. White toast for wheat sourdough.
Sourdough, please.
Okay. Thank you.
This thing's great, but I've had lots of problems with it. Mostly battery problems. It just won't do what I tell it to do. So yeah, I'm gonna do a hard reset of my jetpack and hopefully I can connect it to power. So stream's gonna go down for a couple minutes, unfortunately. Hopefully maybe just one, maybe two. But I'm gonna pull the plug on this and you're gonna lose it. Actually, it wasn't saying it was getting power, but it went up from 29 to 30. Let's leave it for a minute. It's just it goes up again, like, it must be on charge. It's not telling me it's on charge, but the battery level goes up. Tides go up, tides go down. You can't explain that. I plug my shotgun mic in. It might be a bit better audio for you guys while I'm in here. Like I was saying yesterday, I know this is a checking stream and you're not seeing any checking, and that's probably disappointing to anyone watching right now. I promise there will be checking, but there's also a lot of downgear checking, and a lot of times where you have to recharge in some kind of way, either like literally with electronics or mentally recharge. And this, for me, a little bit of physical recharging and a little bit of mental recharging to go out to the great storm that is Oregon. Connection seems to go up and down a bit. If it's lagging, let me know and I can probably get my jetpack in a better position closer to a window as well. I'm still cool. Thank you. So far, all establishments in the United States have been very welcoming to me. When you're hitchhiking and you pick that bag and you're wet and you're not the cleanest, a lot of places feel like you're not the desired clientele of a lot of places. And maybe it's not the image we want to have when people walk in and there's a mean syndrome. But everyone has been quite welcoming to me and even more curious than anything. Like the Mexican place I went to yesterday, had a nice chat with the owner and gave him my business card. Also, if anyone watching hasn't seen it, I'm a hitchhiker with a business card, which I think is pretty funny. Background. Still don't know if my batteries or my jetpack. This won't charge my stuff up very much, and we're still at a point where if I don't get a place to overnight, do a full overnight charge tonight, I'm gonna have to take a 0 day tomorrow as far as this laptop, do some stuff on my laptop, and leave my batteries on charge all day, and then camp out again that night, I guess. But what I'd really like is a temperature control. And I think one more night, like, we're just a little expensive. 2 nights ago, I slept, it was raining on and off, and the tent body and fly kind of got wet, and they got packed away wet. Last night, it was raining windy really hard, and the tent got more wet. It was almost a small amount, almost a whole car wet, which got my sleeping pad quite wet. The bottom of my sleeping pad's completely soaked, the top of it is just wet in the corners. I think if I have to do one more night in conditions like this, then that's gonna transition to full sleeping pad and convert into my sleeping bag as well. And my sleeping minutes. Let's just take that off for now. Before I left, I did try to test this. Okay, thank you for letting me know. This thing is finicky. Feedback. I tested it with just what do you call it? So I put it in airplane mode and just turn on Wi-Fi and then connect to Twitch via just Wi-Fi, and that got rid of the feedback. And what I am doing here is using this. Like this is connected to the cellular data network. But maybe just the jetpack's close enough in how cell phone connections. And I keep losing signal kind of, but it's okay. Thank you. 1 second, guys. Thank you for the feedback. Because I can't see what you see. So. Just repositioning the jetpack. Hopefully it gets a better connection closer to a window way over there. But yeah, sorry that it's buffering. I understand that lagging video, buffering video makes it literally unwatchable, so I don't blame you if I get consistent buffering. That's a deal breaker. I wouldn't watch something that buffers, every couple seconds. So, sorry about the stream quality. It's a learning process. This is only day 4 of me ever streaming, so. Are we okay now? And Decimus, it seems right now. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, because I just can't see what you guys see in here. So it's extremely helpful to have you just point out what isn't right. So thank you. Have you been to my streams on previous days? Sorry, I have a bad memory for names. Curious if you're new or been here before. So I was just going to say, it says that this is a hitchhiking stream, but I'm literally just sitting in a restaurant getting eggs. You were here yesterday. Okay, so you did see some hitchhiking. It is a hitchhiking stream. I promise there will be hitchhiking. It's just mentally recharging myself. I don't know if any of you have ever done this, kind of live streaming setup in a restaurant or a public place, but you look very silly. You have a tripod with a selfie stick on it, with a phone on it, with a lens on it. Before I did have a shotgun mic with a dead cat on it, so you got a big fuzzy microphone on it. You look a little silly. So I'm still getting used to the social aspect of being out in the world with this whole thing going on. I'm guessing by the time I leave here, my 20,000 mAh batteries will have 3 to 7% charge. They don't tell me. They just have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 4 being full, 3 being 75, 50, 25 or less, and then it flashes at you when it's dead. I don't even know what's worth it. But I wanted some mental recharge with a hot meal anyway, so might as well get some physical recharging as well.
Just water?
What part of the stream did you join yesterday? I was really happy with yesterday's stream because I got to do it from the moment I got out of my tent till like when I was about to set up tent at the end of the night. So I did like an 11-hour stream, which I was really happy with. I know no one checked out the whole stream in its entirety, but anyone checking it kind of got to see a part, or as much as they wanted to, of a full day of what hitchhiking's like. So I was pretty happy with how yesterday went. We saw me eat peaches. So you missed out on the hitchhiking yesterday, and now I'm just sitting at a restaurant. I promise there is hitchhiking involved in this stream. It's not just peaches and breakfast joints, I promise. They were good peaches, though. You missed out. You were here for the hitchhiking yesterday? Alright. Well, someone here has seen me hitchhike. It's official. I actually do hitchhike. I promise. I have proof. I have witnesses. And you're going to see me again today. The downside is the quality is it is official. The downside is the quality is going to be of the audio visual and video might be not the best. Perfect.
How about your coffee? Good?
I can only have like one cup.
Oh.
Too much caffeine for me, thank you. Oh yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be raining and windy and miserable all day. So I'm going to have like this wet weather gear the whole time. There's gonna be no external microphone and no wide-angle lens. Just because that jeopardizes my wet weather equipment, and this wide-angle lens shows water droplets a whole lot worse than just the waterproof case. So the video quality will probably be a bit worse because of rain, and the audio quality will be worse because of not being able to use an external microphone while outside with road noise and car noise. Just some salt and pepper. I guess I can show you food a bit more. Yeah, it's just 2 eggs, some hash browns, and some sourdough toast. But yeah, breakfast is my favorite meal today, and eggs I think are the best way to start your day. Like it's like lots of protein and stuff like that, and that protein keeps you feeling full for longer. Where if I just have like carbs like bread or something like that, then like I get hungry really quick and I get lightheaded when I get hungry. So eggs start me off well and keep me going for a long time. Keep me, I feel I'm sharper when I've had a breakfast.
Wherever you want to see.
Because today is going to be rough, like, no doubt about it.
So
Divlak is the N silent. Divlak. Yeah, thanks for coming back, checking out the stream again. And I like seeing return people. It means you saw it at some point, enjoyed the content enough that you thought it was worthwhile to come back and see what I'm up to again. So it's cool to see return viewers. Oh, okay. So it's midnight. Okay. I'll try to remember that. Again, I'm really bad with names. I hope you aren't offended if I forget to call you Niblack. But it's always been a struggle of mine is remembering names. Like with hitchhiking too. I meet a lot of people and they tell me their name and it's like as soon as they tell me, like I hear it but I don't, my brain doesn't process it. And so when I'm doing this, you might see me at the end of it ask their name one more time because I have forgotten it, and my fault, not their fault. It's not a judge of their character being forgetful or anything like that. It's me and my memory just being like. Hitchhiking India is great. Your channel grows. I appreciate that. I think it's interesting content. I don't think anyone's done this quite yet. Yeah, I'm going to soon. I'm actually getting close to the requirements to making like affiliate and everything too, which would enable me to have subscribers and stuff too. I just wanted for the first bit while I'm working out the problems, like the connection issues and stuff, to not have a big. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I didn't want to have big donation banner right off the bat when I'm starting, and there's all these problems we're running into, like that feedback issue you just heard. I don't think the stream is at a quality where I should accept donations if you're not outrageous feedback loops into your stream. At some point I'll enable it, and I want people to be able to donate if they appreciate the content of the stream, but also the quality, given the circumstances. Connection, it never will. And right now I'm losing connection as well, sync connection. I might be losing frames. No, thank you. It does notify me when my just does that out of nowhere. But yeah, this is getting back to I want the quality to be. I'd like to invest more in the network capability of this stream, where I could the bigger IRL streamers have several data more reliable connection. That's something. Verizon plan, an AT&T plan, or two of each. Yeah, he keeps telling me I have poor and entertaining, but I want it to be reliable. Smooth video, clear. Yeah, that's fine. It's difficult. Connection's really struggling in this corner. Comment on if you're getting any buffering or lagging. It's my phone. Because yeah, I'm having connection issues today. I guess just based off of where I am and the current conditions. Keeps buffering. First got here, it was steady. It's dropping down to it's telling me I have poor video. My bit rate keeps dropping down. See if I can do something. Really my troubleshooting right now is just trying to get the jetpack where I receive my signal from into a better location and connection quality, guys. I'm gonna try and not be here long. Like, because I did a bit of like market research, I guess, like looking at other streams and stuff like that. And yeah, if a stream is lagging and you can't, or the audio is really poor, just like stuttering video makes something literally unwatchable. And I'm going to try my best going forward to make it as smooth and as high quality of a stream as I can make it. It's just difficult network-wise because and cities are very directly in a city and only a city. Like lots of people do like Hollywood streams and stuff like that, and they have fast connection there. The cities are the best developed now. Where rural towns and especially between them do not. So I don't know. I think I'll have to like consult with some people that know more than I do to try and get a more consistent stream in rural areas. And again, that'll probably network cost, also consulting cost kind of thing to make that work. That's where money will come into play. And for me, engineering has always been it's never involved money before, so it's a bit of a change of pace. But I really want to show people what this is like. Morning, Vontae. You missed my morning stream of me being miserable in my tent in the pouring rain and the wind. It was great fun. There'll be a lot of it. Am I left-handed or am I right-handed? I'm guessing the stream mirrors my thing. Reverse. steam. Yeah. Devontae has an update. A pretty decent storm came through last night. I was there from probably about 8:30 p.m. until, when did I start packing down? When did I go live? Close to 8 a.m. So I was in there almost 12 hours. I know, it is good. I'm calling this my mental recharging before I have to go back out into this storm to hitchhike. It's gonna be a wet, rough day. But this is supposed to continue all day, all night. So there's no point in me just waiting around for it to clear because it's not gonna. So you just kind of grit your teeth and deal with it. But this hot meal and this cup of coffee is gonna give me that energy, that good spirit where I'll just be happy even though I'm out in the miserable rain. I'll be out there with hot food in my belly, cup of coffee, caffeine in my brain. It'll be alright. The only thing that's still okay is my sleeping bag, which is nice. And again, we just lost connection again, which is annoying. Kind of figuring out network and connection issues and stuff like that is 100% foreign to me. So, yeah. We've had some issues with connection today. Where yesterday for 11 hours we had, there was some hiccups going between towns in the mountains, but for the most part it was pretty smooth. I know. We're having issues in this cafe here. I go up to decent connection and then it keeps going down to it tells me I have poor connection, drops down to 500 kilobytes a second bit rate, and you guys probably are struggling to see what's going on at that point. I just can't fix that right now until I finish this, so I'm going to try and actually get through this so we can get out where there's better connection as well. What's my story? Well, I'm from Canada, British Columbia, Canada. I've been hitchhiking the past 4 years, and I've done so in 25 countries. I've been picked up 700 some odd times. It's kind of become, or has been, my passion for the past 4 years, which I understand is a strange passion to have. And I just want to show people what it's like, because not many people know, because not many people do it. Yeah, I just want to show people what hitchhiking's like the whole experience. Yesterday, I streamed from the moment I was taking down my tent till when I was about to find a place to camp out. I didn't live stream the process, and we're losing connection. It's frustrating to me because I want my stream to be. It doesn't have to be super high quality video. It just has to be consistent, steady. But having it stutter makes it unwatchable. In Canada, and I'm working. I work, I save up money. I'm really frugal. I don't spend much money, and then I save up enough money to travel. And I don't need much money because hitchhiking is free. I sleep in a tent, so accommodation is free. So it's just food and incidentals I pay for. And thanks for following, by the way. I promise there will be hitchhiking coming up, and you can see it. The quality might not be the best today because it's a storm out there. It's wet, it's windy, so I have to have everything kind of locked up in waterproof gear, which means lower quality audio and video. But I hope you enjoy your stay. I hope the connection issue isn't too bad right now. We're just kind of having issues in this cafe. I keep dropping down my bitrate to like 500 kilobytes per second, which is not very much, and then it picks back up. So it's just inconsistent. So like, more direct answer how I make money is since I've started hitchhiking, I kind of live outside. Hitchhiking's made me a good candidate to get jobs in outdoor retail stores. So I've been selling tents, sleeping bags, sleeping pads, outdoor apparel. One person in chat, Spooky Bong, he was my coworker when I worked at a store in Calgary for a year, and he's been checking out my stream. He's been here almost every day, and he's always talking in chat. So yeah, made money selling stuff. 2 questions about outdoor gear. I may or may not have a good answer for you. I don't know everything, but I know a few things. Also questions about low-cost traveling, as I'm pretty good about not spending money, but that's also the sacrifice of comfort and luxury, so there's a trade-off there. Or low-cost flights. That's something I'm really good at getting. As Devontae knows. Devontae's Spooky Bomb, by the way. Yeah, as I said before, this is a 2-egg breakfast, which is a light fare breakfast. When I'm traveling, my stomach like shrinks, it adapts to my environment, which is a lower calorie intake environment. And when I have access to really good, hearty food, I want to get as much of that into me while I can, but my stomach rejects that. So it reaches a point where I struggle to get enough of the food, even if the food is there. Which, if you can tell, I'm a pretty skinny guy, and this type of traveling is conducive to losing weight. I think we're up to like 30 followers or something like that, which is really cool for being my 4th day. Yeah, I have quite a few return viewers, which I'm really excited about, which means you saw the stream, you enjoyed the content, and it brought you back here. And I think this has room to grow into something where I can build a community and kind of create something unique here. So have you enjoyed it? I know I'm not hitchhiking right now, so it's not a hitchhiking stream right now. It's a, what do they call it, food stream. There will be hitchhiking. Thanks, Thor, for following. There's a lot of interesting traveling and stuff to come up, and I hope you keep coming back and checking this stream. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, the problem I'm going to run into now is battery life. I had 3 20,000 milliamp hour batteries. One just decided to give up on life. So I have 2 20,000 milliamp hour batteries. One's dead. One is about maybe 30% charged. I have a 12,000 milliamp hour battery. 12,000 milliamp hour battery, a 10,000 milliamp hour one, and a 4,000. The 4,000 is dead. The 10,000 is dead. The only thing that's left fully charged is one 12,000 milliamp hour battery. And I figured that could probably do me for the day. But come the end of today, I'm dead in the battery sense. Like, yeah, I need to do a full overnight recharge of everything because those big batteries take like 8 to 12 hours to recharge. So that's one of the difficulties with this. Is I am historically I could go off the beaten track for a long time and not worry about batteries or anything like that. But here I have to stay connected like every third day. I think I'm about 3 day status. I have 3 days of power and then I need an overnight recharge. So, like, and I'm not sure how to handle that. Like, should I just splurge and get a motel just so I can recharge and provide daily content for you? Or should I take a 0 day where I pretty much post up at a coffee shop and try to be friendly with the employees where they'll let me stay there for the day and then just recharge all day, camp again that night and then continue on. I'm not sure what the best approach is. Because sometimes I'll get offers for places to stay. Like people will pick me up or I'll meet people in towns or wherever and they'll offer me a place to stay and then I can recharge at that point. But when that doesn't happen, I have to recharge somehow. Otherwise, I can't do this. So, after today, if I don't get like an offer for a place to stay or something like that, it's decision time. I have to decide how I want to approach this battery issue. Also, I want to get one more 20,000 milliamp hour battery because one of mine died. It was fully charged. I was charging something for like 20 minutes and then it just like self-destructed. It didn't explode. It just stopped working in all forms. Like nothing works. It just went dead with like probably a 95% charge on it. So I don't know what happened. And that was supposed to be my best battery. It was supposed to have Qualcomm chip quick charge 3.0 input, which in theory means I could have charged that huge 20,000 milliamp hour battery in like 4 to 6 hours rather than 8 to 12 hours. So I could like quickly try to charge it up if I'm in a coffee shop for a couple hours just to get enough juice to keep me going without actually having to take a full overnight. But that's the battery that decided to completely quit on me after using it for all of 3 days. Money well spent. I'll be leaving a not positive review on Amazon on that one. I was relying on you, and you failed me. But inevitably that happens. And more of these batteries are gonna die. I'm mixing electronics and the environment, moisture and everything like that. They don't mix well. I'll probably kill this phone at some point. I destroy things. I'm not polite or I'm not delicate with my gear. Part of the reason all my camp gear is so wet is because I'm rough with my tent. And I've punctured it several times. It just kind of gets in. And I keep getting, it just, for like 5 seconds, it'll quickly switch to telling me I have poor connection. My bit rate will drop down to like a fraction of what it was. It'll just quickly go down to like 500 kilobytes per second and then go back up to 1500. And I don't know why tries doing that. I guess it's just kind of iffy connection here. So every once in a while since I've been here, I'm guessing you guys have a little bit of issue with video and audio call. But once we leave here, it should get a bit better. No idea how much I want to eat this all, but my stomach is like, no, Trevor, we're in conservation mode. We just take little bits of food and get as much energy out of it as we can. We don't want big meals. We're not used to this. This is weird. Stop it. I need this energy, and this is one of the most annoying things about when I'm traveling. My stomach gets used to not eating very much. So when I do have good food, I can't even eat it all. It makes me sad. A few more bites of me. This is a struggle. The food's good, and I know my body needs it, but I'm still good, thank you. I think that's it, guys. It's as much as I can do. And I hate wasting food. Like, it hurts me at my core. We waste so much food. It's good food. I just can't get it down. And I can't, this is the type of food I can really bring with me. Yeah, pretty much eat it. Done eating. I'm just gonna go to the washroom pretty quick in a minute or two. Sorry. And then I'll be starting to gear back up. I'll head out into this storm. Again, I don't know miles an hour. And my forecast I was reading was in kilometers an hour because that's, I don't know, it's just how I think. But today we have 60 kilometer an hour wind gusts and steady wind at 30 to 40 kilometers an hour with pretty much constant rain. So it's going to be fun. So prepare yourself. Sorry about the connection stuff, guys. I hope it's just the location. Once I get out of this building, it'll be better. If not, I'll have to figure something out. I'm gonna quickly go to the washroom. Hopefully no one steals all my stuff. I know that would make me sad. And I think it would make you sad too. But washroom, and then I'll be gearing up to head back outside. Ready to go. Well, to anyone watching, wondering which countries I've been to, I'm going to give you the quick country rundown. We'll see how fast we can do it. Canada, Ireland, Wales, England, Scotland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, France, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Russia, Japan, Australia, United States of America. 2025. start packing up my stuff. I'm still having connection issues in this area, so let's get out of here and see how we do elsewhere. Yeah, I'm charging this for X amount. It's down to 2 bars, which means under 50%. Check my jetpack, see what it discharges. It's at 52%, which I'm not sure if I should try and plug it in or not. I'm gonna go with, I think that'll last me better for a day. It has a pretty long running battery, which is really convenient. It's just been finicky on the recharging issues. I think my mobile battery's okay. Which is this guy here. Of course, we have a connection issue. Don't get too wet, albeit definitely ain't perfect because whenever I use it, it gets pretty humid in there. It's napkin. In the process of gearing up to go back outside into a storm and go hitchhiking. So bear with me. I'll be out there. Curious about my charging situation. This is it. This plugs into the wall, and then it is a 6-port USB charger, which is pretty convenient when you just have like one outlet. I can charge 6 things at once. And when you've got as many batteries as I do, it's kind of necessary. From the wind. Shotgun is directional, so if it's pointing at me, it should pick up mostly. The battery that I'll be charging the phone with goes into a plastic bag. It's a pretty, it wasn't raining then, so it wasn't a water issue. Just doing my thing. Necessary. battery's on. Okay, we're gonna switch over to. You'll see when I take that thing off, my face will be like blown out. There we go. We're switching over to this guy. So prepare yourselves. This is with wide angle lens. Here we go, ready? This is without. There we go.
I don't know anything about it.
Waterproof, because it does have little clasps, and then you fold it over. But if there's a battery cord coming out of there, I can't. Isn't optically correct, so on most plastic signs. We're paid, ready to go. I'm going outside. Into waterproof pop-up. We're ready to rock. I'm ready. Here we go. On the road again. How are we doing? Connection seems fine. Again, I'm in Astoria, Oregon, heading south down Highway 101. Apparently, there's a storm right now. It's not supposed to let up for a while, so we just deal with it. I'm gonna have to walk around this ditch. It's gonna be wet in there. anyone's still here watching, you're gonna get to see some hitchhiking. This hitchhiking stream's actually becoming, we'll actually have hitchhiking in it, which is exciting, I guess. Hopefully you don't get too much splattered rain right on your lens, which you probably already have some, which will make your view not that exciting because it will just be distorted with rain and such. But unfortunately I just don't have a better solution. Not only is it rainy, but it's really windy. So, like really windy. So setting you guys down. Hopefully you don't get blown over because it is really windy. We'll see. This will be my spot. This is what I'll see. Setting you down. I think you guys are gonna get blown over. This won't be good. Find out. Now I'm in Astoria, Oregon, heading south. I'm just at the edge of town, trying to catch a ride. It's really wet. I hope you guys can see okay, because yeah, it's blowing and rainy and windy. Anyone else after the last guy? No. Mark last night was the last guy. I had a potential ride, but I told him I was filming it and he changed his mind, which I understand. So I lost the ride because of the live streaming, which is fine. And then I just camped out, got some breakfast this morning, and then back on the road now. coming in shortly after setup camp, and yeah, such is life. Sometimes I'll wave at people shortly. Yeah, so I'll kind of wave if people do that. I got my camp set up before the rains. There'll be a VOD, and you can see my camp setup. I did start while I was still in my tent, so you can kind of see. You got blown over. I hope you're okay. Full-size tripod, but if that got blown over, then you've got 5 feet to fall, and then damage would actually happen. This is only 1.5 feet high. Gotta ride, boys. If he's okay with the camera, that is.
Let me pull over a little further, okay?
Yeah, sure. Before you go through too much trouble, I'm just documenting my hitchhiking, so there's video and audio. Is that something you're comfortable with?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
I'm going to Seaside.
How far is that?
15 miles.
Oh yeah, anywhere in that direction is is where I'm heading.
Bruce, you're in the back. Where are you starting from?
I'm from Canada,
Oh yeah.
British Columbia. Really appreciate you grabbing me. I know I'm pretty wet, so
That's all right.
that's
Part of being in Oregon.
yeah, I know. I'm from Vancouver Island, so I'm used to the rain.
What are you going to do with your documentation?
It's well, I've been hitchhiking for 4 years, and I wanted to show people what hitchhiking is actually like, because I think it has a negative stigma behind it that isn't necessarily warranted. So it's actually being live streamed, so people can see us right now. Just a few, but perfect. Do you want me to shed my pants, or is it okay if I go?
I got a Springer Spaniel.
Of miles with this bag sitting on my lap.
4 years, huh?
4 years of hitchhiking, 25 countries.
Oh.
And I've had a great time doing it. And I kind of want to show people what it's like, because it has a negative stigma behind it.
Jack.
Jeff?
Huh?
Trevor.
Hey, Trevor.
Nice to meet you. Have
Stormy, huh?
a little bit of an adventure, yeah.
Where were you?
Just behind that shopping complex on this side of the road. There's a bunch of forest back there. And
So you're late getting up, huh?
no, there's a cafe there. And, I usually get up at first light, especially if I'm near civilization. I don't want, if people are out and about in the morning. I don't think anyone would do anything to me, but it's, people don't like stumbling upon people camping.
Sure.
So yeah.
You had any issues with safety for yourself?
No, I try to manage the risk a bit. Like, before I get in the car with someone, I try to have a conversation with them. Like, I have turned down a few rides just based off of how they react when you talk to
Well,
them.
it's illegal in Oregon to hitchhike.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
I did some research beforehand, and I know in some states it was, but I didn't think it was in
I
Oregon.
think Oregon is it's outlawed. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, definitely on the
I just broke
interstate.
the law if it's the case. You know?
Definitely on the interstate, like the I-5 or wherever, that's definitely illegal.
So what's your destination?
I don't have a fixed one. I just decided to cross into the U.S. and start heading south, and keep doing this until I run out of money or I don't enjoy it anymore.
I see.
Yeah.
Pretty lonely life, isn't it?
But I meet people like you all day. It's I travel alone, but I meet people all day. It's a social way of traveling. And on this trip, it's kind of interesting because it's being broadcast on live streams. People can chat as I go, and I can answer questions and stuff as people go. And
So are you a techie at heart, or what's?
no, I'm not.
What's your source of this?
I just wanted to, I've done a bunch of hitchhiking, and I just wanted to show people. So
what have you found out so far after 4 years?
from hitchhiking, like,
Is it safe, or what's?
I've been picked up 700 times, and I can't say I've met a bad person doing it. Like, when I've gotten into a car, I can't say anyone has meant me any harm or anything like that. And I think traveling in general, but especially hitchhiking, like, people just are scared of other people these days. It kind of gives you a really good outlook on humanity in general, because you see people at their best. Everyone that picks me up is going out of their way to help a complete stranger. So, it gives me a really good outlook on things. But yeah, I recognize that I'm taking more of a risk than taking a plane, bus, or train. That's definitely the case, but I don't think it's as risky as people make it out to be. I'm still convinced that the most dangerous part of hitchhiking is driving itself. Driving is just a dangerous thing by default.
So how old are you?
23. Started at 19. Done 25 countries, across Canada 4 times. This is my first time on the west coast of the U.S. I did, just the northeast quarter. But yeah, what I quite like about hitchhiking is getting to know the people themselves. So, like, where are you from?
Sacramento.
Sorry?
Sacramento, California.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
And where are you living now?
Seaside, Oregon.
Seaside, Oregon. And what do you do?
I'm retired.
Retired?
I was a hospital administrator.
Hospital administrator.
Today I help people with Medicare understand their health insurance for seniors.
That's important work. Helping people figure out.
So are you self-sufficient, or how do you fund this whole thing?
The past 4 years, I've been either working at home, and then I'll quit my job, go on a trip until the funds get a little
So this is not a continual 4 year.
No, it's just been, for the past 4 years, I've either been on a trip or saving up for a trip. The thing is, I don't have to work for that long to have enough money to go on this, because hitchhiking's free, accommodation's free in a tent, so it's just food and entertainment, pretty much, that I have to pay for. So, if you like traveling and you don't mind missing out on some luxuries and the finer things in life, what brought you to Seaside?
Well, we were living in Portland, and we bought a manufactured home over here, a second home, and ended up selling primary residence just because he liked living over here, and so we've been living here for almost 5 years.
Okay. Someone in chat told me to tell you that you're a lovely man, and they respect you. So this is someone on the internet that's just chatting.
I see.
And they just think you're a good person. So just
that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear for a change. You know?
And this is kind of weird for me, but kind of cool as well because people get to see this as it happens and kind of talk. And I understand some people aren't really comfortable with having their face or image broadcast in audio. And I have had one person that pulled over, and I told them I'm broadcasting, and they're like, actually, on the other hand, I'm not that comfortable with that, which makes 100% sense. I get that.
Sure.
But it is kind of a unique interaction that anyone around the world.
Why would they be watching it?
It's broadcast on a website, and if they're interested in watching it, if you just stumble upon the stream, then they'll start watching it. People will follow, so they'll be reminded when I come back online, and you kind of build up a viewer base that way.
Interesting.
It's becoming more and more of a popular thing. It started mostly being like people would stream themselves playing video games and stuff, but recently with better cellular networks and stuff, you can kind of go outside of your house and be live anywhere, which I think is interesting with hitchhiking because you get to see what it's like as it happens. When I meet someone, they're seeing me meet someone as it happens, like kind of raw, unedited. There's it's an interesting platform. And one person here is from Sacramento too.
Oh. I'm going down there to watch my granddaughter run track meets in the end of May. So
you'll be down there in the end of May.
Yeah.
There you go. Maybe you guys will see each other. Yep. People in chat are saying seeing people go out and do stuff outside and meet people is more interesting than watch someone sit in their house and play on their computer.
Well, have you motivated anybody else to kind of take up the journey?
This is only day 4. I don't think I've done it long enough where I've like inspired a group of people.
Oh, on this trip is only day 4.
For day 4 of ever live streaming at all. So there's been some kinks with network issues and dealing with the rain and wet and stuff like that, and electronics, so they don't mesh very well.
Oh, sure.
But the stream, and I have offered anyone in the contiguous U.S. if they wanted to try hitchhiking, I will meet them anywhere in the U.S. and take them on just like a.
So you'd be a mentor for somebody.
Just like just a day trip, just to see what it's like. Even if they don't enjoy it, just to knock that off their
Wouldn't it be
bucket
more
list.
difficult with 2 people to?
It is. 100%.
I know I would be probably not inclined to pick up 2 people.
Yeah, both. One guy sitting beside you, the other sitting like behind you, and that's an intimidating. So 2 guys is tough. 1 guy, 1 girl is very quick. I think people see you as a couple. So
that and a dog, taking a dog with you is not going to happen.
Yeah, you're gonna lose the vast majority of rides, and I think, but you'll occasionally get a ride just because someone like
Seaside.
north of Seaside.
Yeah. It's a fun recreational place. It's got like a.
Just because it's on the coast and.
Yeah, but there's a. Ended up their journey, and they created.
Knowledge of places as I go, because if I just drove through here myself, I'd be like, oh, it's a nice little town.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know anything about it.
So, what's this? We're going to hit center of town. What's a good spot for you to?
Like, I'll be continuing
next?
down the 101, so I have to get to the end, like the south end of town.
All right. So, how about I take you to south? Being retired, I have a little extra time today.
Okay. Well, I certainly appreciate it.
Yeah.
I do a lot of walking with hitchhiking, but it's always nice to kind of get myself from one hitchhiking spot to the next.
Well, what's going to happen is we're going to hitch for you to be on 101, which we're on now.
Yep.
It comes together with Highway 26 coming out of Portland.
Okay.
So you're going to have a lot of activity in the south part of the town.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out the best for it. Do you have a goal as to how far you'd like to get going south today, or?
No, I'm in no rush at all. This is a trip at my own leisure. I'm just limited to, because this is all very battery intensive, I can only go until I run out of these mobile batteries, which I'm almost out of. So after today, I have to do a full overcharge re-night.
So where do you need to be in order to charge that?
I'll either have to like get an offer, kind of like a couch surfing kind of thing, or
What?
have you heard of like couch surfing, where someone like invites travelers over to
There's a youth hostel over here.
Oh, is there? So I could do something like that, or get a hostel or a motel would be the paid version. And I have to make that decision. Usually I don't pay for much accommodation as part of the hitchhiking thing, but because I have viewers now and I kind of want to provide this content to them, I feel like I should try and keep my batteries charged. So yeah, maybe tonight I'll try and get a hostel or I still have a lot of daylight left, so I won't be stopping yet. But yeah, I'll try to do a full recharge so I can go about 3 days without having to plug into the wall. Sorry that the camera's a bit foggy. It's just with the moisture, it gets humid inside of there, and then that's what the fog is. It's just the moisture buildup, which probably isn't good for my phone, but that's okay. Do you have any kids? Oh, sorry, you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 5 kids.
5?
All on a blended marriage. They're
Okay, yeah.
33 to 45.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know all about
So I
that.
could let you off in the center of town,
Mhm.
or I could leave you off at the end of town.
I think I'm just gonna keep going. So end of town would be
Alright.
easier for hitchhiking.
Got it.
Yeah, I've a big blended family too. I'm one of 6 siblings, including step siblings.
So what do your parents think about all this?
My mom hated it at the start.
She what?
My mom hated it at the start, as moms would.
Sure.
But I've done it enough now, and I've had enough good things to say about it that maybe she doesn't like it, but she can appreciate it. And my dad is just, I think, just whatever. Have at her. Have fun. And then friends and family and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know what they think of it.
So you're obviously a real bright guy. Have you got any schooling under your belt yet, or?
Yeah, I did. I graduated from high school, then I went right into college. I did 2 years of my Bachelor of Business Administration. I'm an accounting major, which is a big 180 from hitchhiking around.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Bit of a contrast there.
Very left brain.
Yeah. So that is how my brain kind of works. I'm analytical and I'm good with numbers. So this is a bit outside my usual comfort zone, and hitchhiking in
You can
general.
understand finance. That's a good place to be.
And that's probably why I can travel so much, is I can at least understand finances enough that I can
Manage your money.
manage my money. I don't spend unnecessary money, although I have splurged. I went out for breakfast this morning. So that was my reward for camping out in a storm.
But do you hit any of the food pantries where you're en route?
I try not to. In my opinion, I saved up money for this trip, and
So you can pay your own way.
so I can pay my own way, and that food would be better served by people that truly need it.
Good.
And same with you get people that will pick you up and try to offer you money. I really insist that I have saved up money for this trip. I'm not interested in the money. I'm just interested in a ride and meeting you.
Fair deal.
I have stayed in a few homeless shelters before, in places where the camping out situation wasn't the best, and with a variety of kind of atmospheres inside of them. They can be interesting places. Because as much as I kind of live like a homeless person when I'm traveling, I'm doing it voluntarily and because I enjoy doing this. Some other people there might be because they have to be there.
So you're not inclined to take somebody else's bed?
Yeah, I don't want to take someone else's bed, and yeah, I don't fit in with the crowd that well. Because I do have the gear, albeit it's soaking wet now.
So you're doing 101 all the way down? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, down to California. I prefer to stick to like state highways, smaller highways, rather than interstate. One, it's illegal actually on the interstate. If you're at the top of the on-ramp, it's kind of gray area. But once you're actually on the real interstate, pedestrians are banned, bicyclists are banned, everything's banned, including hitchhiking. And I prefer hopping town to town, shorter rides. For the interstates, you can get really long. You can go very far, very quick.
Yeah.
In singular
Probably get
rides.
tired of talking to the same guy.
The funnest days for me are the days where you're in and out of cars all day, meeting new people. Like the most I've had in one day is 12 rides in a day, and you're just like in and out all day.
So what's the most interesting person that you've run into?
Oh, it'd be tough to pick just one, because people are interesting for different reasons. You could call someone interesting because like they're just outright crazy, insane, in like a non-threatening way, just like a wild kind of way. Like my first day, the last ride I got, the first thing we did, it was like after we kind of built up a repertoire, like we knew each other, he took me to this swimming hole called the Devil's Punch Bowl, and he dived off this 53-foot cliff ledge on top of a tree, head first, and then after that we like went back to their place, hung out for a bit, and then I told them I'd never shot a gun in my life, never even held a gun, so they got out some pistols and rifles, and we went up to some bluffs and shot some guns, which was a unique experience for me, and then they let me stay at their place, so that was an interesting first experience into America from a Canadian.
A little recreation along the travel, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, it'd be hard for me to pick just one. There's just lots of noteworthy little stories as I go along. It's the same thing where people ask me, like, what's the favorite country you've been to? There's no way I can pick one. I've narrowed down to my top 3-ish. I say it's like Ireland, Croatia. In Europe, it's great because everyone's second or third language seems to be English. Except for the older generations and stuff like that. And I tried to learn enough to be at least try to make an effort, but I'm not the best with learning languages. I started to run into issues with languages when I got to Russia, and I hitchhiked across Russia. And I say, yeah, Russia is my least favorite country. I hitchhiked across not because of Russians or Russia, the country itself, but because I showed up to a country where they don't speak English, and I couldn't talk to anyone for 10,000 kilometers.
Not to interrupt you.
Yeah.
This is the intersection of 26 and 101.
Okay.
I can put you off in on this side of it or on the other side.
Maybe the other.
Just getting off.
Yeah, I'll be staying on the 101. So yeah, I'd hitchhike after that, the right turn on to the Portland Junction.
Okay.
So,
Then
yeah, after.
then there's Cannon Beach after that. But you're not having your experience.
I understand.
Vex
Yeah.
access.
Yeah, there's a strategy to spots with hitchhiking. You kind of look for a long line of sight, a wide shoulder where someone can safely pull over, and slowish traffic.
All right. So I'll take you on the other side because they'll come together.
Perfect. And I really appreciate you going and out of your way to get me into a decent spot.
It's entertaining to talk to you.
Because yeah, with this junction here, if I was hitchhiking from town, I'm guessing a lot of people would be going this way, so it kind of splits your traffic. So after this junction helps me.
Well, the ones that are continuing on both ways are gonna meet you on the other side of this.
Oh yeah.
This
Oh, yeah, you see
junction.
that. Yeah. Awesome.
Probably more desirable would be where you have a long stretch so people can pull over.
Yeah, so yeah, you look for longish line of sight, a safe shoulder where they can pull off the road,
Alright.
and ideally slowish traffic, but you can't always find that when you're on a highway. The first two are the most important.
Let's see.
Space where they can see you, and safe amount of space to pull over. How far between town? Just curious because that has relevancy.
From this 101 going south,
Nice.
so you get some pretty good.
What I see.
Okay, so we're.
So this remains the 101, and this is
This is
on,
101.
and then I'll just be coming back on the on-ramp.
I gotta turn around
Yep.
here for you. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that should work for me. I didn't get a good look at the shoulder and all, but it should work.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around and then take you up to the.
Yep. Sounds good. This looks like a nice little town
Oh, it's a cute community.
Yeah. here. Anywhere it's safe to pull over.
All right, so let's do this.
Well, I really appreciate
All right,
you
good luck to
picking
you.
me up and taking me way out of
You
your
bet.
way.
Okay, take care of yourself.
Your name? Sorry, one more time.
Jack.
Jack.
All right, Trevor. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Got a break in the rain.
Yeah, it's let up for a little bit. We'll see how that one lasts. I've noticed the whole time I've been in the States, it's been rain clear, rain clear, rain clear. No
Right.
consistency.
That time of year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I know it. Okay, let's try to get out of here. The bag's a bit bulky. All right, got everything? Yeah, take care. Have a good one. See ya.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, hopefully the camera's better now. Back on the road. All right, I'm back. All right, first ride of the day. Great success. Anyone still here? I'm gonna use my sign this time. Read that. It says 101 South on this junction here. So I just can't use the rear camera because with this case on it, I can't see anything. quite like it here. These are some healthy forests. One second. I like it. And the rain let up for a little bit. How did I go about that? Hitchhiking Ireland? Yeah, the roads are very narrow. And shoulders aren't the best. But on those narrow roads, it's just, a lot of them aren't that well traveled, or like there'll be like a turn off the road to like go down a different road, and you kind of stand in the bushes right before that and hope they kind of like weasel their way into there. But yeah, it can be a little iffy on some of those really narrow roads. You just prepare for the worst and hope for the best. But especially when you're going from town to town, like I didn't have to wait for very many cars to drive past before someone would pick me up. I was talking to another person from Ireland yesterday in chat, and he said he's never seen a hitchhiker. He's from there, so I think with that, they're curious what this hitchhiker's doing there. And you're in like a rural area where they don't see that many people from outside, so didn't seem to have a problem picking me up. And the rain's kind of starting again. Not sure where the best spot would be to post up. Gotta scout it. So yeah, he dropped me off on an exit. I walked back out on the on-ramp. I'm seeing there's a good spot on the highway itself, because that's where you have all your long distance traffic. Where if I waited just on the on-ramp, you'd only get local traffic leaving that small town. So yeah, I'm just trying to scout out. Looks like there might be a good spot up there. I can't tell quite yet though. Like I was telling a guy I was riding with, I look for three things in a hitchhiking spot. One is a long line of sight, so they can see me from a far ways away before they have to pull over, so they have time to make that decision. Two is a wide enough shoulder, or just a spot where they can safely pull over. Because people will not pull over if they cannot safely do so. And then three is ideally slower traffic, so they don't have to stop from going, 120 kilometers an hour or 70 miles an hour. It's a lot easier to stop going city speeds than it is highway speeds. So that's what I look for. Chat. Oh, good morning. Rashid. Again, my pronunciation is it's lacking, I guess. And a lot of people like looking and smiling out the window like where did I sleep at night? I slept at the little just on the outskirts of Astoria, Oregon, in some bushes in my tent, and it was very stormy all night. So everything's very wet. My tent's wet. My sleeping pad's wet. Luckily my sleeping bag isn't quite wet yet. It's a little damp, but it's okay. I gotta do another night like that, and I think by the end of that, my sleeping bag will have reached the wet part of the, I don't like that shoulder that much up there. But unfortunately, that's right after a corner. I don't know if you can see that. So they come around a corner going highway speed, and if I'm just at the top of that on-ramp, there's nowhere safe to pull over, so, or no, they just don't have enough reaction time to make the decision to pull over. So that's, like I said, first thing I look for is long line of sight right after a corner. Is a definition of a short line of sight. So let's see if there's a straight stretch up here. Problem is the shoulder doesn't look that great, so I'll have to make the judgment call. That's all it is. A lot of the time you will not find a perfect hitchhiking spot. You just have to do the best with the road you're given. It's a nice little river down there. Yeah. I don't ask for perfection, just enough to work with. Yeah, this is a very long straight stretch. The problem is just the shoulder kind of sucks. There's a bit of a pull off up here. I'll probably. Yeah, the problem is, I'll show you. The back of my waterproof case, let's see, is this color. It turns everything this funky magenta color. So I guess I can turn the whole unit around. I just can't see what I'm pointing at because I'm looking at the back of my phone. So I could do that. Let's show you like that. So that's where I'm heading. This is a long straight stretch. Yeah, I know, right? It's got some like kind of like 80s color, like I forget what kind of movie. I'm thinking of like some 80s movie with a bunch of like that kind of color, like vaporwave kind of aesthetics. Yeah, or The Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger when it's in its like hunting mode or whatever. So I try to not use the rear camera when I've got it in its waterproof case because yeah, not the best. Hey Limsold, thanks for following the channel. Hope you're enjoying the content so far. There'll be plenty of hitchhiking to come. I don't have a shoulder mount. I can hold the camera just like facing that way. I just can't see what you're seeing or see chat at the same time. So it's kind of I agree. It'd be a more interesting view for you to be looking forward at what I'm looking at and what I'm trying to see when I'm scouting out a hitchhiking spot. But I just don't know how to really do that well, given my current situation. Post up for a second. I've got this really awkward hold going on right now, where in one hand I've got my sign showing 101 South, my selfie stick in the hand, and thumbing with my other hand, and there's a huge water droplet directly on the screen, which is great. And everything I have is swishy waterproof material, so it doesn't wipe off well. Hey, that actually helped. It's not the best location. Like it's really not. I just have to decide how far down this straight road I want to walk because the shoulder doesn't look any better up there. Looks just as narrow up there as it does here, like way down there. I guess I could pull up a map on my phone and just see what is up there, whether I want to walk a kilometer or not, and see if there's a better spot. what do you guys think? Should I just stay here for, give it 20 minutes or something like that, see if I get a ride? If not, then give her a, start walking again, or should I just start walking right now? I'm trying to show off my spot a little better. So right now, you got a shoulder that's about, what, 4 feet, hard shoulder about 4 feet wide here, soft shoulder that's again about 4 or 5 feet wide. Before going into some bushes over here. It's enough room to get off the lane. It's just a question of they're going highway speeds coming up from here. And it's an okay line of sight, and I'm pretty bright. Let's go walk? Yeah, I haven't walked very much today. So yeah, we can go for a walk. But yeah, this is my current spot, so just showing it. It was a decent line of sight. Cars come from a decent ways that way. It's an okay shoulder. I've had much better ones. Whatever, let's just keep walking. Maybe I'll try and get you guys to show where I'm walking, rather than just looking at my face for a bit. But the shoulder really narrows up, so well, we'll see. Let's get some kilometers in. It's good for me anyway. Maybe I'm a little out of shape from not traveling for a while. I'll try and look up this way so you can see cars coming. But yeah, I'm walking on the hard shoulder right now, and as I hear a car coming, I'll walk onto the soft shoulder so I'm not like right next to traffic. All risk management and all that. I guess my title's out of date, I should change that. I'm no longer in Astoria, but I don't know where I am. So... So yeah, I'm not sure if you were here, Abdallah Rashid, yesterday when I was describing the two different types of methodologies hitchhikers subscribe to. There's the walking and turning around and hitchhiking one, where you feel like you're getting somewhere because you're actually walking. And then there's the finding a decent or good location and posting up there till you get a ride. I usually do the finding a decent spot and waiting for a ride, but it's nice to add a little variety, and good to get a little bit of exercise in, because yeah, switch things up. Variety is the spice of life and all that jazz. Pretty slow traffic, or like as in there's not that much traffic. There's a chest turn right. Flags when, yeah, between towns a lot of time I'll lose, I'll have spotty signal, and I totally get it's not enjoyable to watch a laggy stream, so I don't blame anyone if I start to lose consistent connection to go elsewhere. I'm gonna work on trying to make it more consistent. It's just I'm not in cities all the time, so the networks in rural areas can be spotty. On Manchester an hour. The world championship. I never watched that much chess, but for a while ago, I don't know why, but I started watching like chess tutorial videos on like different strategies. I found it extremely relaxing, which I think I explained to some people before. Is part of the reason why I watch Twitch streams. Is I found watching people play video games extremely relaxing at the end of the day. Even though I don't play them, or at least I don't anymore. I used to play video games. I find watching someone proficient at these games, like who's a lot of skill and all that, to be quite entertaining and a great way to wind down before I head to sleep that night. Yeah, the shoulder here sucks. Before it was kind of just meh, but now it sucks. And this prickle's broken me. See if I can find something better though. I find it funny that I'm getting better connection here than I did in a cafe in Astoria. I think it's great that I have a few people that just keep coming back to the stream, which I love. It means you watched before, enjoyed the content enough that you decided to come back. That truck there, it has something excavating company on the side of it, so I'm guessing they're doing some clear cutting or something like that, or development in the forest over on that side. And an employee for that business doing some excavating. Yeah, that truck there. It says something excavating. Now I'm getting hot with the walking, with the weight on my back. And I don't know if people watching right now have heard, but the easiest way to stop yourself from smelling is to stop yourself from sweating. Because your sweat is what breeds that bacteria growth that's going to make you stink. So try to avoid sweating if you're going to go multiple days without a shower. Looks like there might be a better spot coming up here. So did probably by the end of this thing, call it a kilometer walk, and then stop for a while there. If no one comes, then we can start walking again. But we still got a few hundred meters before I'd be in a spot where I can stop. Oh, it's mud. That's muddy. I'm gonna wait. I don't know if it's quite hood rain amounts right now. It's kind of a drizzle. Let's see if I can find a better spot up here. It's angle. That's forest. That's a nice forest. think there's an exit up here, then an on-ramp. And I think if I stand at the on-ramp, it doesn't look that many people use it, so people should feel safe stopping there. And maybe they do, I don't know. We'll find out. I'm like 15, maybe 20 miles south of Astoria. To show you what hitchhiking's like. Clear spot. Because I was just going to wait there. But I totally get that doing something. Oh no! Lagging. Hopefully that clears itself up. Yeah, I'm getting a few things that signal decrease to a certain extent. Just gonna get to a spot and then we'll address it. Keeps dropping a little bit. Let's try and get somewhere. One sec. So up here, this is an on-ramp to the 101 South. And then up there, the shoulder widens up enough that someone can safely pull over. So that's where I'm going right now. Set my bag down for a bit and air myself out. Yeah, I'm sorry when we encounter lag. I plan on working out the logistics of getting a more stable connection. I just don't have the knowledge personally to do that much. Hopefully it's manageable. I see it keeps dropping down a little bit. I'm almost at my spot, and then we can see if there's anything I can do about this. Or I can restart the stream with a lower bit rate and a lower resolution. Try and avoid that. I'll just post up here. It's as good a place as any. that. Just give me a nice clean stream, guys. So dirty. I leaned it up on a metal barrier on the side of the highway, and it was just covered in this like green, like mossy sludge. And now my bag's covered in it. Are you gonna stay standing up? I doubt it. Let's look at the stream for a second. Watching, like talking with you, just chilling here at nighttime. Yeah, appreciate it. I like you hanging out in chat. Makes my hitchhiking a lot more exciting when I've got a bit of an audience and some people to talk to. If it stays like this, I'm very happy with the weather right now. It's just the lightest bit drizzly, with just a bit of a wind. Compared to last night, this is premium weather. Hopefully, we get a bit more stability. Hasn't seemed to drop as much since I've stopped here, but we'll see. In due time. I feel like maybe I should try and give my my jetpack a restart and refresh the stream with a bit lower bit rate. It keeps giving me a little connection. Are you still noticing it lagging at the sheet? Because yeah, if it is, I'm gonna reset my jetpack, reset my stream at a lower bit rate, and hopefully that helps. So stream will go offline for a couple minutes. I'm going to end stream, restart this. I won't be hitchhiking during that time, so hopefully you don't miss anything too interesting. I just want to get a better or more consistent viewing experience for you, so I'll be back in like 1 minute. So if you want to keep seeing me hitchhiking, just stick around. Just dealing with technical issues, which has been a common thing on this trip. So I'll be right back in 1 to 2 minutes.